folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's Thursday, July 8th, 2025. It's the day after I finished extracting, so I'm going to start doing some bottling here. So you can see all the stuff in the background over here. So before I get to bottling, I wanted to show you a few things going on here in the apartment and a few things that I got in. And just a quick little update. I don't know if I'll post this before I do the winter video or not, but whenever you see it, you'll know the answer to that. So let me flip the camera around and show you what's going on. Okay, so I mopped the floor 3 times now, and it's almost to get to where you don't stick to the floor when you walk around. So I've got all my cappings here. My tank got really full, so I offloaded into this secondary old dripping tank that I have. And the other ones are in here, and I made the pool off of the cappings already twice out of there. There's not much in here, so I've got the 14 buckets out there, and I still need to clean out this extractor tub. I don't like to put this out for the bees to clean up. There's a little bit of honey in there, but I got most of it out with a spatula. The bees, there'll be a little bit of drowning, and they leave a little bit of residual non-sanitary type stuff, and I just don't like cleaning that out. I just like to take it out there and hose it down and wipe it down with just a damp wet cloth. That works really good. And I do the same thing with this tub here. So real quick, I've got, well, first let me show you this. So prior video I talked about test tube holders, and I ordered them and I had a link for them. And these are for holding your queen cells in these roller cages to keep them all separate. I made some wood ones, and someone put a comment and said use a test tube holder. So I found some and I ordered them, and I got them in, and they were too small, and it was been a long time since I'd ordered them, so I couldn't send them back. So I got these, and these are the 21 spaces. And that works. The ones I got before were 24 spaces, and this little roller cage just would not fit through there. So the 21 space is what you need, and you can get different colors. I just happen to get white. So I'll put the link to the correct one in this video so you know which one to get. And I think they're about 15 bucks, and there's 3 of them in there. So that will fit into the incubator for when you're hatching out your queen cells. You can do swarm cells if you want that you cut out, or you can and set them right in here in this cage, or you can do your grafted cells, which is what I did. So I've got my so one thing I was doing as I was extracting my frames, some weren't quite drawn out and they had plastic foundations, so I was rubbing this on those before I put them away, because when it comes time to get those out next spring, I won't do that. So I was just doing it now. So this is my 2024 honey. I'm trying to keep kind of a historical honey so I can kind of have what it tastes like each year. So I'm going to fill up one for 2025. This is a 6-pound bottle here, and this is going to be my rent jug for my landowner on my north yard. It's a little over 8 miles north of here on the other side of the river. And I have here an 8-ounce bear. My fingers are sticky. It's sticking to me. I have an 8-ounce bear and a 2-ounce bear. Now these are going to be used at the North America Honeybee Expo. So the 8-ounce bears, you take 12 and you do a honey swap, and you'll get 12 8-ounce bears back from other people. And the 2-ounce bears, you do 25. So I got these already, and I already got my little labels all put together and on there. These are just samples. I also have some with the some black lids, so I've got all that down here. So I'm going to try and fill those up, but first I'm going to fill this here, my 2025 sample, and then I'll fill those up. And I've got my 1-pound bottles here. This is a box that holds like 360, but I got into it last year, so there's probably about 200 left in there. And I've got bulk lids there, and I get these from, I believe it's called Restaurant Supply. I'll look that up and put it down there. So you can buy in bulk, and The shipping, I believe, is included, but you know, you're paying for the shipping. It's about the best deal I found. And here's my 8-ounce bear box and my 2-ounce bear. There's 24 bears in each of these, the 2-ounce, and there's 24 bears in that one too, of the 8-ounce. And on into here, you can see I'm kind of cleaning things up. There's my extractor top, and there's the cage. That's all cleaned up and washed. So here's where I store my bottles. So all these boxes here, I got I don't know if they're closing them out or what, but those are all 6-pound jugs. So I got enough of those to last for a while. And this is a big box of 1.5 pounds. And I thought I was getting 2 pounds and I ordered the wrong size. But anyway, I need to get me some 2 pounds. And then down there's another 1 pound. Oh, it's $2.95, not $3.95. It says Container Services Inc., but that's not who I actually get them from. It's that restaurant supply. You can't actually buy from CSI directly. You got to go through a distributor. And then I got another box here of the yellow lids in bulk that's not been broken into yet. I don't know how many's in there, but it's a bunch. That'll last me. And these are some 1-gallon jugs. And here's my sugar sack collection. So multiply each one of those times 20 bucks and you'll know how much I spent. Over here I've got, this was a box of 40 frames from Hilco. And these are, they say, Puriframe on them. So you got Puriframe with a P, Pureco, and Premier. That's too many P's for frames. I can't remember all that. Also, I got some more deep frames. So going up to 40 hives, I got to get more boxes, more frames for the ones that are going from singles to doubles, and I didn't have any of that. So I got in each box, I think there are 20 more of those deep frames. Plus, there's a 1 wax dip deep box with 10 frames in it. So. And I've got 2 of those, and down here I've got a box of 5 each deep boxes, 2 of those. So there's 10 boxes there, and those will need assembled and painted. Let's see, I think that's about it for in here. So I didn't get into my 3rd box of buckets, so that's it there in the corner. And I think there's 6 buckets per box. And let's see, got my wife got groceries today, so I said, get 4 bags of sugar. So I just brought these in. And that's it for in here. All right, let's fill a few bottles real quick, and then that'll be the end of this short video. So I think I mentioned before in my extracting video, these are 90 mil buckets. The ones you get at Lowe's, Home Depot, even though they're food grade, they're going to be like 62 mil. They're really thin, and they will split on the bottom. Trust me, I've been there, done that. So these are from Berry Plastics, and I get these online. They're reasonably priced too, so I'll put a link to that so you can check it out if you want to get these. And they come with the lids. This always scares me. And this bucket perch here, I got this on Amazon. Actually, I think I got it from Mann Lake, but you can get them on Amazon as well. So that lets your bucket drip out and not have to hold it there. So I think this will hold 3 buckets. I think it's an 18-gallon tank. It's a Hilco bottling tank. And now it has a sticky handle. And it has the dripless valve. That's his Generation 2 valve. And they call them dripless, but they will drip once if you just let it sit there without putting some underneath it. But it's, for all practical purposes, it's dripless. All right, let's get to filling some bottles. Okay, first up, I'm going to fill this 2025 little bottle jar. I think this is a bouillon cube jar. Another thing you can do to keep it from dripping is put it up against there and slide it across. All right. How does that look? How does it look compared to 2024? It's much lighter. This is 24, this is 25. It's quite a bit lighter. Now this may have gotten darker over the year, I don't know. So we'll do a taste test later and see what the difference is. Now let's fill our 6-pound jug. I keep this set up to where it's right up against the counter, basically, so I can just put my jug container lid right against the counter and it's already centered. That just works out perfect. And my honey is out there in the garage area of my big red barn. And it gets pretty hot out there, so it's probably close to 100 degrees. So that's going to make this honey flow really good. And I keep it 85 degrees in this apartment, but I've cooled it down to 78 while I'm in here working. But while I was extracting, I kept it on 85, which is kind of warm. Had to drink a lot of water. So this honey is not flowing as fast as I thought it would, being the temperature it is. So that tells me this honey is pretty thick, which that's better for the customer. You don't want watery honey. Okay, leave it right there. So there's my rent jug. And I'm also going to give them a couple of 1-pound jugs to go, or squeeze bottles to go with this, so they can have something to dispense with. And I want his daughter that lives right there close by as well to have her own little squeeze bottle. So this will set them up for quite a while. All right, let's do this 8-ounce and then practice for this little skinny hole there. So I don't know how that's going to work. We'll just have to see. All right, I kind of got it zeroed in where it comes out at. Might wind up making a big mess here, I don't know. So there's the 8-ounce. 8-ounce bear for the expo. And a 2-ounce. When I bought these, I wasn't even thinking about, gosh, that's going to be a super tiny lid. I'll get it in a minute. So I think right there's about the center. Ooh, yeah, you just do it real slow. And stop in advance, because it don't take much to drip to fill that up. So yeah, 2-ounce bear. Let's see, which direction does that seal go? All right, I think that's right. Okay, 24 more. Let's do a couple of the 1-pounders. So I have been selling my honey for $10 for a pound, and basically all the way up. This 6-pound jug, I would knock $5 off of it and sell this for $55. And if they went ahead and bought a 1 pound with it, so they had a squeeze bottle, I would sell them this for half price. So I'd sell this plus the 1 pound for $60, and I sold a bunch like that last year. So this year I don't know if I'm going to have enough honey to be that generous, and I'm thinking about raising my price to $12. I like $10 because it's easy to make change for. People always have 5s and 10s. If I make it $11 and they give me a 20, I'm going to have to give, make a lot of change. So I guess I could get a lot of 1s from the bank or something and do that, but I don't know. What do y'all think? It's really worth more than $10 a pound, in my opinion. If you go to a farmer's market around here, they're getting $15 for these 1 pounds, and in retail spaces they're charging around the $15 mark. I sold some to a boutique for 10, and they marked them up. I think it was to 15 over in Blanchard, but they're closed now. Okay, there's a couple of 1 pounders. So I buy the good lids that have the anti-drip on them. I guess you would call that a dripless lid. There you go. And I've got some new labels. Let me show you those. I got these from Sticker Mule. I used a few of them last year, and I accidentally bought them individually, singles, and I bought another roll. I don't know how many's in this roll. A bunch. It says 400. So I got 400 on a roll. These are much easier to get off the paper backing off. But this, once you get the hang of it, you can do it pretty fast, but you got to use like a knife, and it's hard to get started on those. So I do have some other boxes that I'm going to do I'm going to do an unboxing. I got some Foxhound Bee Supply stuff that I want to show you that I got. And you saw the Hilco, and Be Smart Design sent me a care package of something to show off that's similar to what's in the giveaway that they sent that they're going to ship to the winner of that. So it's really neat stuff. So I want to show you that. So that'll be the next video I do, is an unboxing. And then next up out in the bee yard, it's going to be need to go through every hive, do a queen right check. So last year I got behind on that, and I had, I think it was 3, maybe 4 just total disgusting wax moth disasters. And I think you saw one of those videos. It was horrible, and I think it was 3 that happened to. And it's just gross. So I don't want that to happen again. I need to stay on top of it. It's really hard after you've been through all this harvest and everything. It's the time of the year that you get burnout, and it's like, oh great, I'm going to go out into that heat again and do queen checks, yay. And then the next thing to do also is the oxalic acid mite treatments. So if you're not treating for mites, you need to be treating for mites. I don't care how you do it, just do it your own way. There's multiple methods. There's brood breaks. There's people that do treatment free, and more power to them, and all their genetics that they're developing. I do support that, but I'm not treatment free here. If I tried that, I wouldn't have any bees, because the genetics I have aren't total VSH. I did show some frames in a few videos back where there was some uncapping, recapping. Let's see, that was high 16. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and that's a genetic trait for mite control. Let's see. So yeah, oxalic acid treatments, I'll be doing that. I'll do at least 3 7 days apart. So I try to do it like I time it on the weekends when I'm not working, and I'll do 3 treatments 7 days apart. I might do a 4th, and also I do an oxalic acid treatment on into the fall, early winter, when the brood is there's not hardly any brood. That's really the best time to use oxalic acid. So that's about it. Just a quick little update and a lot of jibber jabber. Sorry if you didn't like that, but Just want to catch you up and show you what's going on. I'm not going to do a bottling video. That's, you know, that's pretty boring stuff. So stay tuned for that unboxing and queen rot checks. I'm sure I'll find something out there that's going to need combined and have to be fixed, and I'll show you how I do that. So be sure to hit the thumbs up if you would, and please subscribe. It's in the 500s now to get to 14,000, 590 something if I remember right. Anyway, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe before you leave. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.